For years now, CRM software has been viewed as a technology that's really a glorified spreadsheet, something that salespeople don't like using. It requires them to enter information that they don't want to have to capture. But here in the late 2020s, things are changing. There's been a 200% uptick in interest related to CRM software, according to Google and other analytics. And what I want to do today is talk about how AI is changing the game of CRM and changing the role of CRM from being a system of record to a system of innovation. And I'm going to share with you 3 specific ways that AI is completely changing CRM. And I'm also going to talk about the specific CRM vendors that are currently winning the race here in the late 2020s. My name is Eric Kimberling. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent tech-agnostic consulting firm that helps clients throughout the world with their digital transformations, including CRM initiatives. And one of the common things we do is we'll help clients select and implement CRM software. And I'll admit, a lot of our clients view CRM as a necessary evil. They don't want to spend a lot of time and money on the technology. Salespeople resist it a lot of times because it enforces a sort of standardized structure and data capturing that they don't like to do because it oftentimes doesn't drive more revenue for them directly. And so historically, CRM has had sort of a mixed perception in the B2B enterprise tech space where I work. And what's happening though here in the late 2020s is that is slowly shifting. We're starting to see CRM systems shift from being a system of record where sales reps are forced to enter information that they don't want to have to enter, to where now CRM systems have the capability to actually support salespeople and help them close more deals and help them generate more revenue and more commissions for themselves. And it's actually helping drive a lot of efficiency and effectiveness amongst these sales teams. Not to say that everything's perfect and sales reps all love CRM software now, but it is providing a lot more uplift to their capabilities. So what I want to do today is talk about what's changing in the industry and why the shift is happening. I also want to talk about 3 common ways that organizations are driving more ROI from their CRM software in ways they never have in the past. And then later in the video, I'll talk about who some of the leading CRM software vendors are and some of the ones you should consider as part of your digital transformation evaluation and strategy. If you're leading a digital transformation or ERP initiative and you want to avoid the costly mistakes that most organizations make, that's where Third Stage Consulting comes in. We are an independent and technology advisory firm, meaning that we don't sell software, we don't take commissions from vendors. Our only job is to protect your interests and be on your side. We help executives and project teams plan, deliver, and recover digital transformations and ERP projects, reducing risk, improving adoption, and delivering real business value. If you want clarity before you commit to your digital strategy, or if something feels off track to you, feel free to reach out to us at thirdstage-consulting.com, and my team and I would be happy to help. I talked earlier in this video about how CRM software is changing from being a system of record that sales reps oftentimes resent to more of a system of action, a system of innovation. So what's driving this change? What is that? What do I mean by this? Well, let's start by looking at historically what CRM software has been. Historically, if we go back 10, 20 years, CRM software was generally meant to just capture and centralize a sales rep's pipeline so that they could keep track of what's happening within their pipeline. Their management and higher ups could see and have visibility into what was happening with the pipeline. And if you're lucky, that pipeline was accurate enough that the finance people and others could forecast what revenue could be expected from that pipeline. And again, this was a sticking point or sore point for a lot of sales teams we worked with because it imposed a certain amount of discipline and structure and non-value add work in the minds of sales reps in terms of capturing information in a system that didn't directly help them close more deals. It might have been better for the overall organization and provided better visibility to the overall organization, but at the individual sales rep level, it tended to create a lot of resentment and resistance at that level. But now we have an opportunity with the way CRM is evolving to where it's becoming less of just simply a system of record to one that's more context-based. It's one that now is assisting sales rep and really acting as a sort of assistant to help them close more deals. Everything from listening in on sales calls to identifying trends and behaviors in the pipeline, automatically updating records in the system without them having to manually go in and track step by step what's happening in the pipeline, and also to potentially recommend next steps and to help sales reps focus on the high value or the highest value activities. So this is some of the context of how CRM software is evolving. What I want to do next is talk about 3 areas where we're seeing the most ROI come from these new evolutions in the CRM software space. The first way that CRM is evolving, the first feature that we're seeing that's really changing CRM software is predictive analytics and lead scoring. So this is looking at trends and patterns in the pipeline to give more structure and more predictability to what can be expected in that pipeline. In other words, what AI is able to do with all the data that's being captured within the systems is that it's now allowing organizations and sales reps to not just guess what they should be doing next or not to treat each prospect equally, but to help drive insights and understanding where the real opportunities are and where the problem areas are, maybe where the sales rep needs to focus more time. So that is one area that we're seeing a big improvement. A second feature that AI is extremely helpful in with CRM software is sentiment analysis. What this means is it helps prioritize different customers, the ones that are at risk. Maybe they haven't gotten enough attention or they haven't gotten the information they need. AI can help track the patterns and the behaviors of what's happening with those customers or those potential customers so that the sales rep can take action, or in some cases, agentic AI can take action for you via an email or a text or a way to outreach and engage with that person with or without the sales rep's human involvement. And a third feature that is driving a high ROI using AI is hyper-personalization. And this is sort of the holy grail of CRM and the holy grail of sales pursuits in general, is rather than treating every customer equally and having the same message for every potential prospect out there, AI is allowing us to customize and tailor the messaging to speak the language of that potential buyer based on website behavior and things that they've done to engage with our brand, with our content, whether it's website visits or whether it's email responses or whether they've read our emails or not, whether they've called into a call center or not, capturing all that data and analyzing what it is they're interested in, what their hot buttons are, and allowing us to have better insights into how we can personalize the outreach and the pursuits that we have with these prospects. So these are 3 of the leading features that we see driving ROI from an AI perspective. Now let's shift gears and talk about the specific vendors that are winning the race of AI within CRM solutions. The good news is that most CRM vendors are investing heavily in AI. The bad news is that some of them are better than others in terms of their use of AI and the reality of how AI can be used in their systems. So I want to share with you today, based on our experience, some of the vendors that are really leading the pack in terms of their use of AI within their CRM offerings. First is Microsoft Dynamics 365. This is a solution that many of you may have heard of. Perhaps you use Copilot already, perhaps you use Office 365, and perhaps you use their Dynamics 365 ERP solution. But Microsoft has historically been pretty strong at CRM. They've had a strong standalone CRM offering as well as a CRM modular offering within their broader ERP solution. And the reason why Microsoft is so strong in this area is partly because they have such broad scale and reach across so many different mid-sized organizations, but also because they have other tools that provide a lot of insights and flexibility and technology to support CRM and AI within CRM. So they have Copilot, for example, that works side by side with the CRM solution. They've got other power apps that can integrate with your CRM solution. And in many cases, D365 customers are using industry-specific or functionally specific solutions that are built on the D365 platform to give them breadth and capabilities outside of CRM, but also feeds into the CRM offering or solution. Another leader in the CRM space is Salesforce. Salesforce has been somewhat of the gold standard in the CRM software space for decades now, since their inception a couple decades ago. But they've really doubled down on AI with their use of Einstein. They've also built out their overall platform to where now you have third-party solutions that are built on the Salesforce platform. So in addition to CRM, you can also go find configure, price, quote, and other types of bolt-ons or add-ons that are built within the Salesforce platform. And you can also find ERP-like capabilities with some of these third-party providers too, which is helpful or can be helpful in driving AI capabilities within your CRM system. And then two other vendors worth mentioning here are SAP with S/4HANA and Oracle Fusion ERP. These are the two leading, biggest ERP providers in the software space, but they're also very strong at CRM. And part of the reason they're so strong at CRM is not only because of the core capabilities within the CRM modules and offerings that they provide, but also because of the scale and reach that they have within any given organization. They capture a lot of data and information within any given organization, which then feeds into the CRM system. But on top of that, you also have the thousands or tens of thousands of customers that are using SAP or Oracle, and many of those customers, most of those customers are opting in to train the AI models that SAP and Oracle are rolling out to other customers. So that's a very powerful combination to have that scale, that data, that training, the breadth of capability that can feed into and provide a strong CRM solution, especially if you're looking at this as a broader digital transformation that not only touches your sales and customer service team, but also touches your other operational and finance teams as well. So these are just a few of the solutions to consider, but if you check out our website and our digital transformation report, you'll find a lot more analysis around other providers out there. You can actually read that 2026 digital transformation report by scanning the QR code right here, or you can go to the links below. And that report, by the way, contains a number of tech agnostic reviews and rankings based on our experience having worked with these and other vendors in the marketplace. Now, I've talked about the potential of AI within CRM, but it doesn't come without risks. You still have to figure out how to implement that technology effectively. You still have to figure out how to navigate the change management and the people side of transformation. And you have to figure out how to make sure that your workflows and your data and everything feeds into that CRM system to achieve the benefits and the opportunities that we've talked about throughout this video. So there are implementation risks. Just like any digital transformation, there are risks. You have risks of not finding the right software, not deploying the right software. So it's important that you find the CRM system that best fits your needs. And if you're looking at a broader digital transformation, you not only want the CRM system that fits your needs, but you want to make sure that you know what the rest of your tech stack is going to look like to potentially support that CRM system. You also want to make sure that change management is heavily focused on in your CRM deployment, because you're still dealing with sales reps that are largely commission driven and revenue driven, and any sort of activity or change initiative that doesn't help them achieve their revenue targets and their commission goals for right now is going to be hard to overcome. So you want to make sure that you focus heavily on change management and just recognize that there's going to be likely more resistance to change in your sales organization and amongst your CRM users than you might see in other parts of your business using other types of technologies. And then finally, you have to recognize that AI requires strong data, not only in terms of having clean data migrated to the new CRM system, but you need to make sure that you have strong data governance so that the data continues to stay clean and continues to drive the right behavior, the right analysis, and the right outputs from your AI solution within your CRM systems. Now, we've actually put together a guide of how to make your digital transformation more successful. We've shared in this book a number of lessons from having helped over 1,000 different organizations with their CRM, their ERP, and other digital types of initiatives. You can read that book for free on our website by scanning the QR code right here, or you can go to the links below. But I'd love to hear from you. Where do you think AI is headed in the world of CRM? Are you seeing some of these realities within your CRM environment? Are you trying to implement it now? Are you seeing some of the benefits or risks that we've talked about here in this video? Love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And as always, if you'd like to learn more about how Third Stage can help you through your digital transformation, even if you just like to informally bounce ideas off of me, feel free to reach out to me. My team and I would be happy to chat with you. You can reach me with my contact information, which I've included below. So I hope you found this information useful, and hope you have a great day. In the pipeline, and what was the other thing I was going to mention? From and with CRM, well, let me change it the way. Changing CRM software is, I forgot what it was.